Welcome back to the channel. I want to show you guys how to add some timeline nodes and color space transform instead of adding a LUT on your individual clips. So under your media pool, if you click on one of your clips and you use the metadata tab, there's a drop down menu and you can choose camera. And now we can see that these are shot on Sony and it's S-Log3 S-Gamut 3 Cine. So that's the color space conversion that we need. So let's go ahead and jump over here. You can, as always, right click a clip and add a LUT from this drop down. But if you want to do it as a group, so all clips are affected, you can just do that on the color page. So you have your two dots here to the right of your preview monitor, second one, or you can use this little drop down. You can switch over to timeline. Timeline will now do every clip on your timeline. So I already have a color space transform on. You can see what that looks like. You can also grab a LUT from here, drop down on your node, move down to Sony. We want the Cine. I'm going to choose S-Log3 to Gamut 3 Cine to 709 Type A. So that's that conversion. So now every clip on the timeline now has that conversion enabled. And we can start off with a good starting point. And then you can go back to your clip. And then if you needed to adjust the individual clip properties, you can still do that, of course. But now you have your timeline conversion. So we could do that with the LUT. Or if you want to get even more in depth, we'll shut this LUT off again. And on the timeline node, we had a CST. So if you go over to your effects tab and type in color space transform under resolve effects color, you have the color space transform. Now what this does is gives you a wider option to change things. So based on your color space, we have the Sony S-Gamut 3 Cine input. I said DaVinci intermediate, but we could actually change that. So we have Sony, we'll just go with S-Log so you can see the picture shifted there. And now here's where you can actually get some benefits here, depending on if we go with DaVinci wide gamut. And you have to change your output gamma as well on that. And this gives you a little bit better of a range to work with if you want to use the full dynamic range. So this one actually looks a little funkier with wide gamut, but that's because we have color management on the project. I wouldn't choose it for this particular one, but just so you know that that's there, if you do set up in your project settings to use DaVinci wide gamut, you can actually use the wider gamut. Then you can have access to this tone mapping and a few other things. So that's a couple different ways. You could just go LUT based, or you can go with the CST, and that'll convert every clip on your timeline. And you can go back and do your individual grading after the fact like you normally would. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.